Hey everyone, I get to talk to you today about Lurid Lacquer's July collection, and I'm super excited to share it with you. It is so pretty, and Harwin, she's being dramatic. At least she's not screaming at me. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous collection, and I'm really excited to share it with you. I love Lurid. I love Lurid. I don't know what else to say. But this collection is gorgeous. It's a big collection. It's a 12 piece, and there were former gift with purchases. So I love that Lurid does this. That they send out gifts with purchases, and then it's just released as a collection. So aside from the new collection, there will also be a restock of older colors. So if you've been looking for something, definitely hop on there and check it out. So this collection will be going live. The shop itself will be opening on Friday, the 26th of July at 6 p.m. Central Time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So that is a good one. And the new collection itself will be available as well as the restock. And Lurid is doing this new thing, which I'm like deeply, deeply obsessed with. She's starting like a color of the month. So there will be limited stock of 3 different colors. This month is neon green. 3 different colors that are up on the Lurid Lacquer Instagram. And those will also be available in limited bottles, limited numbers on the 26th as well. So I'm super excited to share this collection with you. I know that I've seen rumblings about the colors just kind of being super similar. They are, but they aren't. So, how do I put this? Like, they're colors that a lot of people, they're maybe not like new colors in a way. That's maybe how I put it. They're not necessarily new, but they're really great. Like, they're super solid colors, and the formula on them is beautiful. They are all different as well. So sometimes the base will be different, but the shimmer will be the same, or the particle size will be different, or the shift on it is different. So no matter like if they look a little similar on the nail, and I'm not saying that so it's like, okay, well, you got to buy all of them, but like these two might look super similar in pictures, but even here, I do have video of this too. Even here, you can see they are different. So like they might look a little similar on the nail or in certain pictures, but they are actually quite different. Sometimes our cameras capture things and can really, no matter how hard we try, we just can't, we can't get it the way that everything looks in person. So like, obviously they're different enough for you to make a decision if you want like one or both or one over the other for sure. And you'll see as I'm swatching that they look different. So I'm going to just hop right into the swatches and talk through them because like I said, there is 12. There's some gorgeous blues. It's a lot of pinks. There's a purple that is just mwah. I love it so much. There's a purple. It's so good. I am self-professed. I am on record as saying I'm not a purple nail polish person, and I'm obsessed with this purple nail polish because this is what Lurid does to me. They make me obsessed with colors that I'm really kind of not the most obsessed with. I'm just gonna be real honest. Like I swatch a lot of nail polish, and I keep all of my Lurid nail polishes because I am a formula junkie. So if something doesn't feel nice to apply, I'm not going to keep it. Or sometimes I'm just not like super in love with something, and I have all of these because even if I have something similar, I really kind of tend to like the Lurid ones more. That is not a dig at anyone else. It's just more like my weirdness, and I'm also super sentimental, so I keep a lot of my stuff as is obvious. So I'm really happy with this whole collection. I'm still like super grateful I get to swatch for Lurid because like she has very quickly become one of my favorite makers. But I'm going to get to the polish because that is what we are here for, and I will chit chat for a second after. So let's start with Devil Rock. I I know I said it, but this collection's so cool. It's like such a great collection of, everything's kind of the same vibe, but just solid options if you want to add to your collection or not. So Devil Rock is described as a pinkish red jelly base with aurora shimmer that shifts from pink to orange to gold. This one reminds me of like a pinker version of um, You of Unshakable Conviction. So it's like kind of more pink. It doesn't have quite the contrast, but it's incredibly bright. I also decided I photographed all of these polishes in 3 coats, and I also filmed swatches of all 3 coats. I did get a new phone, so I'm still kind of troubleshooting how to make sure my swatches and everything are clear on that and accurate. But this is a beauty. I really enjoy this entire collection. And the inspo behind Devil Rock was Karen, the maker behind Lurid. Her family took a trip to Devil's Lake State Park in Wisconsin, and her little sister at the time, there are a bunch of attractions at the park that have devil in the name, and so her little sister said, "Name me Rock, Devil Rock," which is hysterical because like I I have a 4-year-old, so kids be kids, and that would totally be something my kid would do. And this gorgeous, gorgeous polish is one of the 3 blues Potholes Trail, and it is a cerulean corelli base, and it has a glowy green shimmer that it shifts to teal, but the green shimmer and that's really strong, but it's like a super nice and flattering color overall. It's such a beautiful polish, and it's so smooth, and it's super lovely. Um, so it's a trail at Devil's Lake that's a steep stone staircase that climbs up to the side of the bluff, and it's just kind of a trail that Karen and her family did. So it's just a really, really nice memory. This whole collection is like just really, really lovely, and just inspired by memories of summers that Karen spent with her siblings. So it's just a really lovely like ode to family and spending summers together. But isn't this so pretty? I'm obsessed with it. And then here's like the purple that I've worn the most in the last month or so. And I, I said it. I said it. I'm not a purple lover, and here we are. Riding sleeping bags downstairs. If that doesn't evoke like, you know, just insane childhood memories, nothing will. So this is described really as a reddish purple berry base with a vibrant blue to purple aurora shimmer. So the blue shimmer, makes the base look more purple than the base really is, which also might be why I like it. It's very purple on. I'm actually wearing it on my hands right now. It's it's great. Maybe it's why I like it so much. But riding sleeping bags downstairs is just super, self-explanatory. If you didn't do that as a kid, I mean, but maybe your parents are a little more strict. I also don't have carpet stairs, so I definitely did this on carpet stairs when I was little, though, and laundry baskets. But this is 3 coats. This whole collection, I think, is they're all 3 coaters just because they're like, shimmers. But look at it. Isn't it pretty? It's literally this vibrant and glowy in real life. Like I said, I'm wearing this right now, and it's really incredible. It's a great one. One of my faves from this collection for sure. And then this lovely playing with mom's makeup, which is also like quintessential childhood if you've done it. It's so pretty. And you'll see that they like some of the bases are like a little similar, but the shimmers are different or the particle size is different. So, if you don't like one, you might like the other, so on and so forth. So this one is described as a semi-sheer raspberry pink jelly base, and it has a shimmer that shifts from purple to pink to red. And Karen also suggests wearing 3 coats. I do too. As you can see, that first coat's pretty sheer, and I think because of the particle sizes, um, it's just kind of sheer, but it's like extra glowy. It's just one of those smoother ones where you really can't see the particle sizes, but you really see the glow. I'm also, I don't have a blurring base coat on, so you can see how these apply in 3 coats. You can see 3 coats has pretty good coverage. You'd probably just want a base coat that maybe has a little more coverage than I have on if you really, really don't like visible nail line. But even here, I have a clear base coat on and it's not, you don't have crazy visible nail line. But I like raspberry pink as a base. And this, yeah, it's super juicy around this summer. I love it so much. And this lovely is Sherbert, which Sesame Street Gang stand up. Bert is described as a pinky coral base, and it has aurora shimmer that shifts from red to orange to gold. And it's definitely on the pinker side of coral, which I love. Sometimes coral gets like a little too, I don't know. It's just I don't always find it like super flattering. I don't know if I love the pink so much, but I really like the mix of this one. Like it has like a really perfect like pinky warm mix to it, and it's inspired. Well, one Karen's grandma would always uh give them sherbet, sherbet ice cream, rainbow sherbet, I guess. I don't know if you really call it ice cream, but let's not start a turf war with that one. Um, and also invokes like, Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. But isn't this nice? This might be like my favorite version of coral polish that I put on my hand. I feel like I really like the addition of like that orange to it for sure. Makes it like a really flattering coral. And this lovely Sam's Candy tab is another raspberry pink base. And this has Aurora shimmer that shifts from like lilac to vibrant pink. So you can see it's like a silvery lilac, and you can kind of see that in the bottle and when you kind of apply it. But this is the smaller particle, so it's one of like the glowier, I don't know if I call it small particle, I guess. What do I know? I'm not a maker. But it's definitely on the glowier side, but you can really see the particle sizes here. And this one was inspired by the local mom, the frequent trips to the local mom and pop convenience store near their house, and they let her run up a tab. They let Karen's sister run up a tab for candy purchases, which is adorable. Um, and these just really invoke childhood in like such a real way, and it's so like beautiful to honor all of those memories in like in something like this that's so tangible too, and they're so fun. Like this collection's so fun, but you can see the silvery lilac popping through on this coat for sure. And then here you go. You see the raspberry, it's a very bright pink and it's lovely. At the end of this, I do have some bottle shots of everything. So you can kind of see, I didn't paint them on the nail, but so you can see the bottles, next to each other at least. There are some up on the page on Lurid's Facebook page, not Facebook, Instagram page as well. This is cards and coins, and this might be my favorite entire like of the collection. And it is described as a cerulean Crowley base with gold to green aurora shimmer that shifts to blue. I have this one on my other hand. This is such a cool polish. Inspired by Karen's brother, who's a baseball card and coin collector, which is just super cool. And there was a shop called Cards and Coins within walking distance of their house that they used to go to. So this is definitely one of my favorites. It shifts. It's got a really cool shift. And also the green pops through at certain angles as well. I'm a really big fan of the gold in this blue, though. I feel like it just looks so good. It's super flattering and it builds really nicely. It's super pretty. So this was also my weekend nail color as well. And I like it. I put this on and had that moment of not wanting to take something off. So I love that feeling, especially, when swatching polish. Like, okay, I'll keep this in mind. I'll wear it later. So this is the whole look, all 3 coats over a clear base. So, you can see a little bit of visible nail line, nothing too crazy, but nothing also a slightly blurring base won't, fix, and you can see the blue at the extreme angles of this one as well. And this is the lovely Saturday morning cartoons, and I mean, super self-explanatory with you gotta watch Saturday cartoons. So this is described as this is also a pinky coral jelly, and it has large particle shimmer that shifts from pink to orange to gold. So this one is similar to Sherbert, but it's like not as orangey. It definitely is, and it's the shimmer in there. It definitely is on like the pinker side. It's like a sibling, I guess, if you want to use terms that other brands use. They're similar but different. So while they both kind of have that same base, the shimmer on them really makes the vibes a little different. This one's just like a little more red because it has that pink to orange to gold um, large particle shimmer in there. So, and you can see it's also not quite as red as it's looking on my nail because my phone's kind of blowing it out, same as here, but the pink really pops through on there. So this one is also a lovely one. It's like just kind of a slightly different version than Sherbert that's like a little less orange, but a little more vibrant and reddish pink. And this is Barbie. It's like Barbie Hearts Wolverine, in which I immediately emailed Karen saying, "Okay, tell me the story behind this because I'm obsessed." And the color and everything. And we all have pinks with blue shimmers, and this might be my favorite pink with blue shimmer. Maybe because it's a raspberry pink. So Barbie Hearts Wolverine is described as a raspberry pinkish red jelly base with large particle aurora shimmer that shifts from blue to indigo to red. So overall, I really like this shade of like that raspberry pink red jelly, and I find it super flattering overall, and it's very, very vibrant. So the story behind this one is that Karen's brother loved the X-Men and would sometimes bring his Wolverine and Beast action figure to join Karen and her sisters Barbies on their adventures. And if you have siblings, you know exactly what that's about. And if you don't, you're probably lucky, and maybe you just also had Wolverine and Barbies that came to hang out. But isn't this pretty? You can see you kind of get a little visible nail line with 3 coats of this one. And then there's Upside Down Bicycle Ice Cream, which is a super fun one. The inspo behind this one is when Karen told her sister that she was working on this collection, she had, if she had any specific memories that she wanted to include. And apparently when they were younger, they would flip their bicycles upside down on the lawn and then spin the pedals and pretend that they were churning ice cream, which is adorable. And upside down bicycle ice cream is described as a coral jelly base with aurora shimmer that shifts from magenta to orange to gold to green. So this is more corally. You can definitely see that it's just like a little more pinky, like a little just more coral instead of like that pinky coral. Um, and the shimmer in it, the magenta, the orange, gold to green shift makes it even more pinky. They're all very flattering. I definitely have a hard time with pinks personally, but these I found to be they're all very vibrant and all super flattering in general. I think the shifts really help them from being like, it's kind of a flat color, and I found them all to be just super flattering. I think because they are all so vibrant. So, top bunk, middle bunk, trundle bed. This is one of the coolest polishes I put on. I also love this swatch because it looks so pretty. Um, it's it's just a cool one. I mean, it's a super, super vibrant color. I mean, look at it. Look at it. It just looks so glowy. This is actually a very accurate representation also of how glowy it is. So this color is a cerulean base, which is one of my favorite shades of blue. And it has a glowy blue Aurora shimmer, like, sweet and simple and just ridiculously gorgeous. It's super vibrant, it builds super nicely, and as you can see, applies super smoothly, which is excellent. So this is inspired by sharing a room with your siblings, which once again, if you have siblings, you shared rooms, you get it. So for the first 10 years of her life, Karen and her siblings shared a bedroom. Her brother had the top bunk, she had the middle bunk, and her sister had the trundle bed. So, we did a whole trundle bed situation when I was little too, and my brother had the trundle bed. But look at this beauty in three coats. It is so glowy. It's so pretty. I like using the combo of phone and camera. I prefer my camera for swatch photos, but sometimes my camera flattens the glow and the phone just really highlights it without really, really overblowing it. And we have swapping Barbie heads and bodies, which like, hello, of course we do. I If you had them, you know exactly what it's about. But swapping Barbie heads and bodies is described as a pinky coral base with a glowy blue to purple Aurora shimmer. And you can see this one's kind of one of those, what's it, like the smoother formulas. So it doesn't really have like the bigger particles that do sometimes help blur the nail line. And so the inspo behind this one's also very funny because they had the gymnast Barbies that, the ones where your Barbie's knees could bend and stuff like that. So, and then all of your standard Barbies that did not have bendy knees and fun stuff. So they would take off the heads off of their favorite Barbies if they weren't bendy and put them on the bendy Barbies, which is hysterical. And this is like a really good like Barbie pink. It's the only explanation, like the only description I guess I have for it. It's super pretty, and because of like smaller particles, it's a little more sheer, but the glow on this one's pretty wild. There you go for the glow. This is three coats, so you can already see you have a little more visible nail line here because of the formula, but nothing too egregious and nothing like a more blurring base coat that isn't like fully clear won't yeah, nothing that a more blurring base coat won't, fix if it's a problem for you. So I did want to just kind of show the bottles because I know that a lot of them are kind of hard to, when you see first pictures, it's kind of hard to tell, like, are these different at all? And they are different, but they have similarities. So, like Barbie and Wolverine was a raspberry pink, and Sam's Candy Tab is also like that raspberry pink base, but they have just different shimmers in them, so they're just, kind of different. Same with Playing with Mom's Makeup, also another raspberry pink base, but this is like kind of the glowier version, not such a large particle glitter version. And then that last one is the swapping Barbie heads and bodies. So um, another one that's kind of more, I guess it kind of makes sense if you see them like more glowy than shimmer, even though the shimmer is what makes it glow. And then same with these. These are all kind of like the warmer bases, like the pinky coral ones, but you can even see next to each other, vibes are very similar, but they are different polishes. So would you want all of them? Not necessarily. I mean, like, listen, no judgment if you also do. But yeah, like Upside Down Bicycle and Bert are just kind of, you can see they both kind of have that corally base, but the shifts and the pigments and everything that's in them makes the formula similar, but they just are different. And you can see as the bottles are closer, it's just more of like a preference thing. Do you want more of a red? Do you want more of an orange? Do you want both because it's a color that you love and you're obsessed with? Now you have options. Um, but you can see really the shimmers and everything that's like also put inside gives them legit differences. I mean, it's, legitimately they are different than, than they look. So this is like Devil Rock and Sam's Candy Tab, which that pinkish red base
versus like a raspberry pink. You can see the difference there as well. So similar but different, not all identical, which is cool. And then the blues. These blues are all different. I didn't pull blues from other collections, but Lurid does have on their Instagram, there's a bunch of swatchers who were super awesome, and they did actual comparisons on the nails from Lurid's past collections and some of these new ones. So you'll see Cards and Coins has like a much stronger gold shift than Potholes Trail. And then the other one's just like a blue. So I just put them all together. But, you know, they are definitely different. But on the Lurid Lacquer Instagram, you will be able to see like all side by sides of different polishes.
So, what do you think? Do you think there's too many pinks? I kind of was like, that's a lot of pinks, but they're all beautiful. They're all different, and I feel like that's really what's important, is making different things. They're all so good. I mean, they're just so solid. They're like solid staple indie polishes to add to a collection. If you like pink, I hope you know what I mean. If you don't, then you might be out of luck. But the blues are incredible. Like Cards to Coins is one of my favorite things that I've put on my nails in a very, very long time. But overall, Lurid is a real delight to swatch for. I'm super happy that I get to share this with you today, and I look forward to sharing more in the future. But yep, shop opens on Friday, the 26th of July at 6 p.m. Central. That's 7 p.m. Eastern time. And caps are usually, I don't know what the caps are yet on everything. However, let's remember that Lurid is one person. There is one person behind the scenes mixing everything by hand and bottling each individual bottle and labeling each individual label on each individual bottle and bubble wrapping and putting brushes in and like all of these things. So I know I see like a lot of, you know, some people get bummed. And I get it. Like people getting bummed that they miss a polish because the cap is really low or not even trying for it. But something that I really appreciate about Lurid as a whole is she's incredibly communicative within the community. So I know a lot of people still don't have Instagram, but you know, if you don't have Instagram, you could just kind of look it up. She's very, very communicative about what is coming back. She has a restock request on her website. She is very communicative about shipping. So if you missed the latest update about shipping, she was hoping to offer international shipping, but something got delayed. So she's working on that. I know that that's a lot of the comments that I get are about international shipping. She's working on it. But I love the communication. I feel like the communication is so important within this, especially when you're working with small caps and stuff too. So she's a one-woman show. She's a freaking rock star. I'm obsessed. I can't wait to see. I love that she's doing a monthly color. That makes me excited because I feel like she has such a good eye. Let me stop waxing poetic about Lurid, even though, you know, I really enjoy working with them. But let me know what you plan on picking up. Everything is over on my Instagram in terms of photos and swatches and all of that. Let me know if you want any additional pictures of anything, or if you have any questions, or if you want more opinions. I will give them for sure, unbiased, because that's also my job. Everything's over on my Instagram at Polished Bookworm. I'm most communicative over there, so if you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out to me there, and I'll talk to you later.